Good day, everybody. This is the Ecclesiarch here, back to you with some Warpforge. And you guys have been asking for some Haarken Worldclaimer. And this guy is actually quite interesting, to be fair. I find him pretty fun, mostly due to the fact that he's, I think, the only Black Legion Warlord that now, currently after his changes, plays a little bit differently. Mostly due to the fact that every Black Legion Warlord used to have a way of giving the Dark Pacts to the troops. So basically with Abaddon through your ability, with Ghallaron through his ability, and with Sylar if you get like the gifts, if you roll the gifts from his ability, because he gets 3 different random psychic powers, basically one from the 3 different psychic powers. He could also do that. And Haarken always had the ability to give a random Dark Pact as well, but recently that was changed, and I think that kind of changed overall what this Warlord is supposed to do and how he's exactly supposed to play. So the thing about this guy is that now, first of all, he's got a pretty cool ability that has flying during your turn. This can be pretty useful if you're playing against a lot of different things, like against Tyranids for Gargoyles, against Dark Angels for the various flying units, against the Tau, so pretty good overall. And his Hellspear Assault now does not give Dark Pact anymore, but instead it has Slay, Deploy a Black Legionary. So he basically became a little bit of an aggro tempo Warlord. And one thing that you need to understand about his ability is that this can trigger multiple times, meaning if you kill 3 troops with this, it's gonna spawn you 3 Black Legionaries. So playing this against the Scarabs, for example, is very, very funny. Now, one thing that I want to say right away when it comes to this Warlord is you should not fall into the trap of a specific card, and that card is the Idolatrous Despoilers. Now, a lot of people like this card, and you might say, teacher, but this is really good because I give them invulnerable. Sure, I lose a turn, but imagine my ability afterwards with this. Well, there's the problem. Yes, you are right, you lose a turn, and losing tempo on a tempo Warlord is always really bad, unless the payoff is like really good. For example, having Dance of Death on Galen, which is absolutely worth it. But the problem with this is that, if you didn't know, the Slay will not proc under the Invulnerable. Basically what it means is, if it was the Invulnerable tick that killed the unit, the Slay will not trigger. That's the weird thing about Haarken Worldclaimer currently, so that's the interaction, meaning you cannot abuse Idolatrous Despoilers to summon a ton of Chaos Warriors, Legionaries, basically, so that's exactly why I choose not to run that in the deck. Overall, it's a very simple mid-range type of Chaos deck. The big difference here is that I do not run Murderous Desires, again, mostly because, or like Demonic Frenzy or something, because this guy will not be able to mostly give enough Dark Pacts to really get that, put that to work. I do not have the Spider either and the Dark Apostle, because again, we're not playing around Dark Pacts, we're not playing around buffs, we're just playing around good old tempo and aggro. And instead I have some early game stuff here, like we got the Veteran Legionary and Chaos Sergeant just to secure a little bit of early game. For our legendary cards, we're gonna go with Dark Oratory because the Dark Pact to all friendly troops for 2 is extremely powerful. Ghallaron's Champion because of the good stats and the value that this thing gives. A Daemonic Pact because it can really save you, it's an invulnerability, and every invulnerability card is always like a must-have, I believe. Well, most at least the ones that can give your Warlord invulnerable. Possessed Champion, obviously, as our big flanking unit. Ukris, simply because the stats are bloated, they buffed this again, so now it has like insane stats, so obviously we're running him. And Drach'nyen because, I don't know if you really want to play a Chaos deck without this, because it essentially allows you to punch your opponent to death if you get this on curve. Otherwise, we have some pretty standard stuff that you see on all Chaos decks. Heldrake Strike because the amount of AoE damage is insane. Bringers of Decay for that vulnerable. Warp Talons because even though we're not going to be buffing them, so they're not going to be as effective as they are on other Warlords, you can still really put them to work because 6 damage on face is always pretty good. Obviously, we got the Chosen, because Chosen are like one of my favorite 4-drops, honestly, because this can automatically become 4 energy, 4/6 with Camouflage, which is insanely good. We got Spawndom for AoE removal, Noise Marines for early game, Possessed Marines for some more flanks, Host of Chaos for card draw. You could honestly go for 1 host if you want and get 1 execution, or hard removal is really up to you. And we're also going to be running Traitors Hate and Malicious Volleys for some more damage and word control, basically, because that's going to allow you to use more Hellspear Assaults effectively. So, without further ado, guys, let's just now dive in, and let's see what Haarken the Worldclaimer can do. The strength of this Warlord is that it's really good against people who spam units, so other tempo Warlords. The negative side of this guy is obviously that he doesn't give Dark Pacts, and also that he has low HP. He also has a very strong side in the fact that he's automatically has fly. Now, Azrael, oh, this is gonna be a little dangerous. I'm gonna switch Warp Talon because I really do not like Warp Talon much against the Dark Angels, but actually wait. So, if I go first, I think leaving Warp Talon is actually a good idea. Void Combat. Should I get Void Combat? Void Combat can be good. It can help us beat him down because we're the aggro deck here. So, when playing against Dark Angels, you can mulligan this if you go second, because that means that when you drop it, the enemy might already have the anti-stealth. But if you go first, you don't need to mulligan it, because when you play it, your opponent's still gonna be at 4 energy, which means that you do not need to... Which means that you do not... you're not under the threat of getting hit by that anti-stealth. By anti-stealth, I'm talking about the Ravenwing Master, the 5 energy legendary of the Dark Angels, obviously. Okay. Alright. He's also going to be answering, obviously, with some damage. We're definitely playing Ghallaron's champion. We're still going to keep punching him, because this is a matchup where you want to be the aggressor. It's very difficult not to be the aggro in this matchup, because Azrael has a very powerful late game, and forcing Azrael to attack you is a big deal, because what you really get there is that you make him lose a lot of tempo by that. Because look at this, now he can't use his ability, which basically means that he's gonna get a random bullshit instead of actually getting a good card. Now here, I could use my ability, but I don't think it's worth it. Instead, I'm gonna drop a Warp Talon and I'm gonna take this out. So I understand that Chaos Legionary would be good, but Warp Talon right now is really good because there's gonna be no anti-stealth. So this is the perfect time to be dropping it. Now next turn, I can already play Noise Marine and my ability if I need to, or I can just drop the Chosen. Really depends. Or I could also play Noise Marine plus Dark Oratory. So there's a lot of plays that we can go for here, depending on what our opponent plays. So every time he does not use his agenda is good for us, because it means that he's not only losing the consistency of his next turn, but he might also get unlucky and draw something like that Wing Master, and later on it's just gonna be kind of trash, because without the without its active ability, it's kind of crap. Okay. Okay, my brother, okay. How do we want to do this is the question. Do I want to Noise Marine that? I think we can actually do a Noise Marine here. Let's do this. Let's hope that it goes face. Yeah, good boy. And now, we're gonna get a Legionary as well. Don't forget, he only has 5 energy to react now. This is still the early game. We're just playing on tempo and aggro, so both of us are losing a lot of HP. But the fact that he's at 27 and I'm at 27, while he started with 5 more HP, is good for me, because that means we're doing a good job, right? Okay, super. And oh, okay, that's great. That's actually great, because that means, again, he's not doing something that he could be doing, right? So he's not doing something too crazy. So let's get the Dark Pact of Fate here. Do Malicious Volleys. So I'm just doing the Malicious Volleys because I want to keep pushing the aggro. Oh, do not forget that every time I'm using the ability, the Void Combat is really helping me out. Void Combat in general is very good against Azrael. I suggest that if you're playing an aggro matchup, like when you're the beatdown, you're the aggro against Dark Angels in general. Well, not against Asmodai because he has a chip ability, but if you play against Azrael, this can really help. It's a big deal. This really helps you chip away at his health, which is great. Okay, that's not enough to actually kill it, so he... Oh, okay. Fair enough, bro. Fair enough. I guess that's actually quite fine, to be fair. So, here's the thing right now. I'm still gonna risk. Maybe the Void Combat's gonna hit here, which is not gonna be good. Nah, kinda unfortunate, but you know what? We don't really care. We're still gonna keep pushing the aggro. We just lost 2 energy there, which kinda sucks. I guess the smarter play was to actually drop the Sergeant and take this out with this. I don't know. Probably that was the smarter play, obviously, but, you know, sometimes you fuck up. Alright, we'll take that. We'll take that any day of the week, actually. Ooh, I got a pretty strong play right now, so watch this. What I'm gonna do is, first I'm gonna do this. Let's hope it goes face. Nope, not again, but still fine. So this drops here. We're gonna drop this bad boy. We're gonna give it health. And we're gonna drop another Oratory and give it more health. And he's also gonna take a damage point here. And then we have like double Traitors Hate, which is huge. Because coupled with Daemonic Pact, that can do a lot of things. Daemonic Pact, Traitors Hate, into either my ability or Traitors Hate, and we might actually end up killing Azrael. Okay, that's very interesting because that shit's gonna go face. Which is, oh. Holy hell. Holy hell, he almost did lethal there, right? Huh. Made me eat my words right there, brother. But, unfortunately for him, we're good. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take this. We're gonna punch him like this. And... wait a minute. Yep. We're gonna finish him off real quick. Oh, that was very close. I did not expect such a huge burst from him, because after the nerfs, nobody really... You don't expect the Dark Angels to be relying on the Deathwing Knights there. So props to my opponent for sure for that, because he did surprise me. And he almost had me too. If he were lucky with his ping, he would have had me. Now, this is a terrifying matchup, because he can stun lock you. And this is the time when you actually don't play Drach'nyen. You actually want to not play Drach'nyen. Both players gain 1 energy, blackout. I don't even think we need anything here, to be honest. And this is one of the terrible matchups, honestly speaking. And getting a Drach'nyen is not good. Because again, this is a stunlock warlord, and stunlock warlords are generally very good against things that rely on face bashing, like Haarken. Honestly speaking, I think would have been better if she just did the 4 damage. You don't necessarily need to stun on turn 1 with her. Unless like it's something like Azrael who needs to use the agenda. You can just go for the big trade, I think. Depends, like if your opponent is Lucius, for example, you can stun and do a ranged attack, or a Swarm Lord, but against the Worldclaimer, I think it could be okay to just, you know, do a simple thingy. Okay, that's actually pretty good. And I want you guys to remember one thing. What you can do is you can use this to attack this with your melee, and you can just deal 2 damage while taking 1. But in this case, I prefer not to lose tempo, so I'm gonna drop the Warp Talon. If I had 5 energy, I would have played this plus ability, but when there is a chance to play Warp Talon, I think it's just worth it.
Always vigilant.
Okay, that's fine. We're gonna deal a ton of damage to him right now. I could use Hell Spear, but it's not killing that thing. So yeah, let's just beat up. Let's just beat her up. That should be just good enough. Ooh, Fireheart. Okay. The heck? He could have just... Okay, you know what? Fine by me. So I say we do this. We get the Hell Spear, so let's make sure we do the ranged attack so that we take 1 damage and deal 2. That's also gonna drop the Chaos Legionary here. So you always gotta respect the Eldar when you're playing against them, respect their damage, because even when I'm 10 HP ahead and she's like behind on board and everything, I'm still not winning the game per se, because look at this. She cleared, dealt so much damage, and now I'm gonna be stunned. So technically speaking, that's my advantage fully gone, and I can't attack her either. So see what I mean? Like, whenever you're playing against the Eldar, just don't keep telling yourself that, oh, you know, I have the board, I have the health, I win. They can swing the game very, very, very quickly. It's one of the things that they're really good at, is just swinging the tempo of the game. So you gotta be very careful overall. Ooh, Storm of Silence. Okay, how are you gonna do? Oh, That's a little bit annoying, I'm not gonna lie, but I'll take it. I'll take it. So, yeah. Good night. This is another reason why I really like using Malicious Volleys. It really does help get that finishing power, even if you're playing against something that's the very annoying matchup. Just like her, for example, because, you know, stun lock, as I said, is really, really devastating against, like, warlords like this. Especially when you start with Drach'nyen, when you swap the Drach'nyen, and you still get it. For unknown reasons. Okay, what we're playing against? We're playing against, Bile. Okay. I think we actually can swap all of this. That's pretty good. Hellfire Pit, I think, and I hope he doesn't go with Hellfire Outburst, because this is a warlord that we cannot attack face, by the way. So up until now, against everything, we've been aggressive, but now it's actually the time when we sit our ass down and stop being aggressive, because his trades are insane. He trades with you like very efficiently. It's really not something you can afford. I'd even say this is gonna be very tough. So we attack here, we do this, and we drop the Veteran Legionary. Why not Noise Marine, you might ask? It's basically the same shit as Veteran Legionary, at least this way we kinda protect our face. Because he might have, okay, yeah, there you go. That's a nasty card, man. That's a nasty ability, I mean. Ooh. Huh. I wouldn't say that's the best play that he did right now. I think that's actually not too good. Okay, then I'm just gonna Noise Marine here and attack again, I guess. Because Belial's problem is that even though his ability is super strong, he has to play it every turn. And he kind of wastes 2 energy on it every single time, which puts him at a disadvantage. Oh, I see. Okay, so he's got Wages of Retribution. If you got Wages of Retribution, obviously it becomes a little bit different. It's kind of a different story there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do Dark Oratory, and I'm gonna start going face. Now, you might ask, but teacher, you said that you are not supposed to go face in this matchup. You're not. But now that he got Wages of Retribution, that changes. Because I know that whenever a Dark Angel player drops Wages of Retribution, or maybe he's just playing Asmodai, same shit, basically, to be fair, you can no longer afford to play passive because they will beat you in the late game, so... This is what it is. So he punches. Now that he punches, we drop a Chaos Sergeant. We do this. We're also going to do this. We're gonna smack him in the face. And we're gonna get another bad boy here. So, obviously, we don't really want to be spamming too much chaff, so that he doesn't go to his... he doesn't get his secrets too easily, but what can I do? The only thing I can do right now is I can try to overwhelm him, and maybe then just burst him like crazy with Heldrakes and stuff. Because otherwise, I don't see many things that we can really do against this guy currently. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Alright. It's not too bad. Okay, I like that he's punching me because it kind of helps my case a little bit. So, we're first gonna draw. It's a pretty interesting situation I got there. Two Abaddon's Chosen. That's actually pretty sick. Now, we have to pray that he doesn't get his secrets too early. If he gets an early secret, we're gonna lose. If not, we have some chances. That is absolutely disgusting, I have to tell you. But that's fine. Master of the Deathwing. Smacks here, takes 1 damage, heals 2 because wages. Go on, just play it. Oh.
Your life is forfeit, but your soul
That's not good, boys. That's not too good. Okay. Okay, I think we do this. Really, bro? It's kind of unfortunate, to be honest. The marks that he got there. Some of the worst ones, to be honest, because I got no health. I really needed health there. Well, at least we're safe from direct removal, like on click. Let's see what he has to do here. Okay, we gotta get a little lucky. Please. Please. Crap. Well, I mean, he's still gonna take a lot of damage to the face. Never mind. Yeah, I don't think we can pull this game off. Actually, good job to Azrael, because he's playing something that's not exactly considered too good right now. Okay, as uncomfortable as this might be, there's a couple of things I can do here. One of them is very risky. But this might be the only way I can pull this game now. Depending on what he drew, we could still pull off this game. He's limited on his cards. He's got only 3. I think that... never mind. I think we played that well, but... fortunately for us, he had a Ah, okay. Alright, fair enough. He didn't need the flanker either. He had the zeal. He had like at least 3-4 ways of killing me, so fair enough. I'd say that was a pretty interesting game, to be honest. It's always interesting to see a Bile player because you don't see a lot of those, and I think that is pretty cool to see a Bile. Maybe Bile could be better now that Wages has been buffed, but I don't know. Still skeptical of Bile. But then again, Haarken is not insanely... Okay, wait a minute, not a bot, please. Haarken is not on an insane spot either, so... And we're playing him and having a lot of fun, so why not play Bile as well? Ooh, we got another demon, another chaos worshipper, I mean. Black Legion versus Emperor's Children. This is a tricky matchup. It is tricky because you are similar. Both factions are very similar to each other. Both play very aggressive. Both have a lot of strong melee troops with low ranged attacks, so there's a lot of things that are similar between them. I don't think we need to attack him face because this guy has more HP and he's got units with a lot of damage, so we have to actually be a little bit careful. Respect his damage potential. Oh, interesting. Okay. So here's the thing. How can I deal with this? It heals 1, right? So what I can do is I could do this. Then I'm gonna get this. And I'm gonna punch through like this so that I take less damage. And I'm gonna get a Black Legionary. So they have a lot of things that deal a ton of damage. So you don't really want to be punching him in the face like very irresponsibly. Maybe if you're Abaddon you can do it, because Abaddon has a ton of health and healing and stuff, so you know it's more possible. That's got 3 HP right there, which is annoying because I'd much rather it had less HP. Genius, am I right? Traitors Hate, I think. I'd say Traitors Hate. Then get this and do some free damage. I really would like him to play something slow now, like Coterie of the Consigned or something, so that I can drop an Ukris. That works. This is actually really good. Quail, I think it was too early for Quail, but maybe his hand wanted to free his hand. So we play Lheorvine here, and now that we're ahead in HP, we might actually want to start punching. Because once you're ahead, the thing with the Emperor's Children matchup is that a lot of things that they do also inflict pain onto them, and their hard removal, the main one, also deals 7 damage to them. So if they're behind on HP, it's a big problem for them, because they end up hurting themselves more than you, right? Ooh. Ooh. That's actually pretty impressive. I did not think about that. That's pretty cool. Oh, fair enough. Dark Operations, sure. So I say we drop the Chosen and just punch him. Too bad about my Lheorvine, but Lheorvine has a very low survivability against Emperor's Children anyway, because they have some high damage demon flankers, and this guy can actually make them even stronger. So not a surprise there. Okay, yeah, there's another one. That's actually not too bad. Give Slay heal to... Oh, what? That's an interesting thing to do, actually. Ooh. Uh-oh. Now, here's the thing about this. The invulnerability is not going to really do much against this, but the good thing is that it helps me push more damage and clear the board. So as you can see, my slay did not trigger. This was what I was talking about, actually, guys. The thing that you need to keep in mind. But nevertheless, it's a good play because you clear, you deal more damage, and you still have something on the board, right? All Carnival of Excess. This is one of their most bullshit cards. It either high rolls like crazy or low rolls like crazy. Right now, it's actually no. It's quite alright. It didn't do a crazy low roll or high roll. I'd say that's impressive. So, probably you want to punch with this. Yeah, that's probably what you want to do there. Why would you do that? What the f... Oh, I see why he did that. So that I don't use my ability to swarm the board. Oh, wow. Respect to that guy, actually. That is pretty smart. I gotta say that was pretty smart. He's gonna go to 3 damage now because of the ecstasy, but I'm still maintaining board control and higher health. That was a pretty smart play, though. Basically, he cleared his own board so that I would not get insane value, because I could have spawned a lot of these boys. Another Carnival of Excess. Okay, so what's next? Demonette, and the horse. It's still not good. His Carnivals of Excess are not doing too good here. That's why I kind of don't like that card. I don't use it too much because most of the times you really are dependent on a lot of RNG, which I think is stupid. I just don't like relying on RNG too much in general. So let me see what I got here. I got a Spawndom. That could be pretty damn good here. Because I smack a Reno. I do it again. I do this again. Boom. That's gonna give me 2 boys. And I'm gonna do this. Not getting any Abaddon's Chosen, but I'm not really doing that for Abaddon's Chosen. No, I'm just doing that to draw cards, just refill my hand, get that Drach'nyen. I don't think he can... he basically can't duel us anymore. He got too much... He took too much damage already. His AoE removal is just gonna serve to kill him. So, we're in a good spot. He could have a Heldrake or a big demon, which would be dangerous, but I do have Malicious Volleys to just keep them in place if something, and just finish this guy off with Drach'nyen. So there's enough things here for us. That's not gonna help you, is it? Nope. That's game over, brother. That is game over. Smack him, and we finish him off with Malicious Volleys. There you go. GG. Perfecto. Ooh, 46 points. I'll take that, sir. I'll take that any day. Let's go for the next game. I hope you guys are enjoying a little bit of Haarken the Worldclaimer fun. It's good to actually play him and play a little bit of a different type of Black Legion. I really do not like always playing the same thing. I love Black Legion. Those of you who watch me know that it's probably one of my favorite factions. I played a lot of Abaddon. You guys know that I love playing Abaddon, both in HHL and in Warpforge. I don't know why, to be honest. He's not like even close to some of my favorite characters from the lore, but in the game, I just like him a lot. And another freaking Bile. Okay, what? This is weird. You know what would be really good against Bile? A Drach'nyen. That would be great to draw. Yeah, I'm starting to feel like Bile might be a very volatile matchup for me, so I don't know. But yeah, you guys know that I really like Abaddon, but the problem with it is that it's getting boring because the whole Black Legion thing where you just run the same shit on every Warlord is terrible. There are some differences, obviously, like you can run Sorcerers and Sylar, and you can of course go for Idolatrous on Ghallaron, so it's a little bit different, obviously, but nevertheless, there's like two different playstyles always, mid-range and Black Crusade. But I think Haarken has a little bit of a different playstyle now, being a tempo warlord, so he's pretty interesting to play now. He's no longer, I think, in the gutter of the worst warlords. I think he's not like that strong, but I think he's still pretty good. He's pretty fun and enjoyable. Just don't know what we're gonna do against this Belial, though. It's kinda becoming scary. This is kind of unlucky, to be honest. You don't see that many Belials around. Why do you guys decide to come after me? You guys are coming out to fight me on Haarken. Come on. Chaos in general is, I think, good against Belial, but Haarken might struggle a little bit because I don't have the late game powerhouse tools that Abaddon has just to finish this guy off, so it's a little bit tricky. Okay, smash him again, I guess. Ooh. The problem here is his hand is getting full. An early heal is perfect to make him waste it. That's great. That's actually really good. Okay, pass. Alrighty. What do we do here? I think we do this, actually. You'd be surprised. Oh my. This is interesting. This is pretty interesting. This has got a pretty cool hand. Double Abaddon's Chosen. The Possessed Champion could go crazy here. Depends, though. Okay. We'll take that. 1, 2, 3. I don't want to waste the Possessed Champion here. Sounds like a bad deal, so I'd say Heldrake. With a very, very shitty roll on this guy, I think, but that works. So he was left at 3 HP. That means he took 2 damage, so I low rolled on him. That's not good. Now you want to heal him, don't you? Okay. Drop another unit so that I can get a big Spawndom.
The chase is over. Now
This is not looking too good, man. Punch. Is he gonna punch me? Come on, don't, please. It's a weird one. Okay. So first off, I guess we do it like this. Second should be this, I guess. Really didn't wanna, but our guys isn't really leaving me with a lot of choice. Another corn mark, that's not too good. But next turn I do get a Spawndom with Bringer of Decay, so that could work. He's gonna draw something. He's fishing for a teleport, I guess. And he gets it.
duty alone will wash away our shame.
Kind of weird because actually there's a lot of anti-synergy when it comes to teleport and Belial. Which is kind of stupid considering the fact that Belial is supposed to be the master of these guys. So it's a little bit weird, but well, it is what it is. What you gonna do about it? This is turning out to be a weirdly tough matchup, by the way, yeah. Because every time I drop some early game units, he just takes it out, and then I'm not strong enough to take out his mid game units. I think I greeded when I did not use my possessed champion to take out the thing there. I think that was too greedy. That kind of lost me the game, I think, already, but... Matchup is still pretty difficult. I never expected it because I never really get to play against a lot of Belials. You don't really see that Warlord often. But as I understand, he probably has to. Oh, for Christ's sake. Okay. Okay. I can live with this. Let me actually try something here.
I cannot do that.
Just make sure he doesn't do a sudden burst either. See if he can deal with this. He probably should, but it's worth a risk. Don't really have another play. Oh, for Christ's sake, another one of these. Okay. He's gonna have to take a lot of damage though, which is good. We're gonna bonk him for a big amount of damage. Well, are you gonna?
To me, Dark Angels, victory is at hand.
So he chose a troop here. Let's see what he did. I hope he doesn't drop a Vanguard. If he doesn't drop a Vanguard, I win. Genuinely.
Through sacrifice we find redemption.
Really didn't want that to happen, you know. I really did not want that.
Caliban's rage echoes through me.
Yeah, that's GG. Unfortunately, that's a GG. I wonder if this was the card that he put on top of his deck. If that was the one, then he outplayed us really well. Okay, GG. Let's move on to the next game. Today we're getting our ass handed to us by Belials. Let's hope there's not a third Belial. Actually, this is the third Dark Angel we faced, which is pretty interesting. But I guess Dark Angels are giving extra points this month, so does make a lot of sense. Just don't expect all those Belials. We might have actually found a matchup where Belial is pretty good, though. I think actually I misplayed there, and maybe we could have won. I misplayed because I greeded. If I had not been greedy, maybe I would have actually had a chance. I should not have greeded, and I should have actually played my champion, possessed champion. I think so. That was probably a mistake. So I think we could have actually had a better game. It's our fault, actually. Alright, what's next? Ooh, Mozrog. This is not bad. Definitely going for... Didn't I just press that thing? Okay, you know what? That's not too bad. I guess we'll take it. Now, Hellfire Outburst. This is a problem, boys. This is a problem because he outtrades us, but I do have Hellfire Torch, which is good. Which is gonna help us early. Just hope he doesn't play some bullshit. He fucking does, okay. I guess we play Ghallaron's champion. And we pop Ghallaron's champion. We could use our ability to our big advantage. Let's just hope that he does not no-mock-in this. If he no-mock-ins this and goes face, I take a ton of damage. No mocking about. That's good. Maybe he just goes face and doesn't care. That's also a possibility. Nope. Good that he's smarter than that. What do we want to do here? Could actually full clear this. Not in my face, please. Thank you. Very much. Debased hedonist. Okay. Why is he playing orcs? That's an Emperor's Children setup right there. Mine's a bit of a mix with Squig and Pharaon, and the Ecclesiarch has the name. It's actually pretty funny. Oh. That's a little bit crazy, you know? I'm not sure what to do here. I think we... Oh, that's so stupid! Really? Seriously? You go... Ugh. When are they gonna fix stupid shit like that? He was already dead. He was supposed to go to his face. Why does it get the dead friggin' units? They need to fix that, man. That's something that needs, like, fixing ASAP. Oh crap, we're basically losing because of that stupid interaction. I can't believe it. Holy hell. So not cool. That's very stupid, man. What can I say? That is stupid. He would have been dead right now. If that weren't the case. I don't think that thing should be hitting like already dead units. I've won a fair share of games myself because of that, not gonna lie, but so stupid though. Oh well, what you gonna do? Because if that hadn't happened, he would already be on 0. That's very unfortunate, to be fair. Keep in mind that that has been in the game ever since the game came out. Okay, this is actually not bad. Hellfire Torch, Hellfire Pit. We're definitely going for Pit here.
You will never know peace, abomination.
You do not yet know the meaning of fear.
So here's the thing. The thing about this matchup is that we kind of have an advantage here, because every time she summons something, we deal 2 damage while taking 1, and we also summon a bigger unit. So technically speaking, simply Warlord-wise, we have an advantage. We have a huge advantage if we simply speak through the whole Warlord thing, basically.
Always vigilant.
If we consider that. Otherwise, I mean, it can go either way, obviously. It's still the Eldar, as I said, you always gotta be careful about their damage, but my hero power counters her hero power like crazy. Every time she uses it, it's basically giving me a free advantage, which is, I think, crazy. This is actually a matchup where Haarken is dominating, I think. He's meant to dominate, at least. Yeah, this is not looking too good for Galen. I'm not gonna greed either.
Cruelty is strength.
Gonna take out that Spirit Stone. Now, this is an example of Haarken doing what he does best. Shutting down other Tempo Warlords that rely on tokens. Not Tempo, but token Warlords, basically. Ones that summon these small tokens. I think Galen is at a huge disadvantage in this matchup. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, you just surrender this game at this point, man. There's no point. There is no point to this game. At least I don't think there is. He's gonna have to do Eldritch here. This is a horrid matchup for Galen. Crimson Hunter. Not get too greedy. And the flying comes in handy so much as well against Eldar, because they drop the Crimson Hunter and you strike it for free. It's as if this guy was designed to destroy Galen in every sense. Still salty about that Orc matchup, to be honest. We totally should have had that. Oh, bro, it's not gonna work. We could just Heldrake here, but don't think it's necessary. Because Heldrake might miss.
I strike from the wall.
Because there were like 4 units on the board. And then if I don't attack with Haarken, it might low roll. So this is, I think, the best way to do it. Plus we got 2 Legionaries coming out. Oh my god. So stupid.
Spirits, heed my words. Rise. The shadows
okay.
are always vigilant.
GG. But this was straight up bullying because I think our 45, nice. Our Warlord is just that good against his Warlord. That is pretty much what it is. So yeah, guys. So we're up to 5 with Black Legion. 5 more to go, and I think it wasn't actually too difficult winning these games with Black Legion. I think Haarken is really fun. If you want to play him on the lower ranks, I would suggest once you start grinding for like top 50 or top 10 or so on, maybe he's not your best choice, but if you want to get your 10 wins on your Black Legion, I think he's perfect for that because he's pretty fun, he's aggro, and if you play him correctly, he can be pretty good. So you leave a comment and tell me what you think though. So thanks a lot, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Ecclesiarch out.